Hello and welcome to this instalment of Talking Trim. I'm Jonathon Skinner and today we're looking at the carpet set and associated items for the Jaguar XK140 drop head coupe models. So that's the DHC models, drop head coupe, not the Roadster. This is purely the DHC models. This particular kit has been done for a right-hand drive manual, as indicated obviously by the toe boards over there, obviously the gear stick element in the middle there. It's been done in our suede green wool. Do refer to our materials and colours library for all of our colour options. It's worth noting that wool was the only material that Jaguar used for their XK range, so that's all we offer standardly, but we do have a decent range of colours. Before I dive in, worth checking out the description below. Lots of information on this particular product, things that I may have overlooked during this video, so worth reading that. There's also going to be some useful links to other related videos for similar parts, as well as links to our website material and colours library, which is definitely worth checking out. We offer the widest range of colours in the industry, and also our blog handbook area, which really goes into good details about why we do the things we do the way we do them. We're very proud of our processes and our technologies. We're known worldwide for our award-winning trim and upholstery kits, and we do things very differently to a lot of other suppliers out there. Our main aim is quality and workmanship. Everything else takes a back foot to that element of things, and it's really worth checking out those blog articles, as that really gives a nice insight into why we are the best at what we do. So with that being said, let's dive on into this particular kit. So like I say, this is the carpet set, but it does include a couple of items which aren't included as standard in the carpet set, but I've included because you should really be considering them at the same time as the carpet. The main item is the differential diff hump at the back there, and then the other item is this headlight dim dipper switch cover at the front there. So they're two items that aren't included as standard in the carpet set, but you should really consider. The other main item that you should consider at the same time is obviously our under carpet soundproofing kit as well, which goes underneath the carpet, both for a bit of basic sound and heat resistance, but also for the best fitment of the carpets. Remember, all of the carpets are patterned to fit with a certain thickness underneath them. Right, with that all in mind, let's dive on in. So suede green wool, very densely packed pile, lovely quality carpet, best automotive carpet for this specific range of kind of sports cars of this era by far and away. And then we edge our carpets where applicable in leather cloth, not in vinyl as a lot of other companies do. Leather cloth is the original material used by a lot of manufacturers of that era of original production, and we like to do things that way. It comes out with a lovely finish on the edges that are applicably bound. It's worth noting a lot of other suppliers out there use vinyl for edging their carpets, which isn't as suitable. It's a lot lumpier, a bit baggier, and the reason they do that is to cut costs, presumably, so they don't have to stock another material like leather cloth. But we like to do things the way it should be done, so just one of the reasons why. And I will be doing a blog handbook post on the pros and cons of using the correct and incorrect materials for edging of carpets and piping of seats, so just look out for that for sure. Let's start at the front of the car. So what we've got, you get the main toe boards left and right. Obviously this is for a right-hand drive, so it has the cutaways there for the appropriate throttle pedal, clutch, and brake, etc. You then got the clutch housing at the very front of the gearbox, the main gearbox transmission cover, which obviously has the gear lever gaiter. You then have the prop shaft cover there at the rear of the gearbox, and the front floor carpets, or rather the floor pan carpets, as they stretch from front to rear on the XKs. Like I say, that's the differential hump, which is moquette, not wool. And we've also got the dimmer headlight cover over there. So now let's refer to that in terms of a book. So you can see here, this is the firewall, so the toe boards left and right. That's actually right-hand drive there, so you can see what the cutaways are for, etc. Then you've got this dimmer switch here, cover there, it's a little pedal. So that's what that material's for. You can see it nice and clearly on that left-hand drive one there as well. Like I say, sold separately to the carpet set, but worth considering at the same time. It's in a moquette, so wool-based product, very similar in tone and colour, but not exactly the same. And moquette is, like I say, wool based, doesn't really have much of a pile to it, and certainly doesn't have much of a backing to it, which makes it perfect for those sort of elements there, because it makes it nice and pliable, round, tight corners and spaces, so just bear that in mind. In terms of the binding, you can see that some of the edges are bound and not all of them. The concept being that that unbound edge there will sit underneath that when it's all in the car. Obviously that's on the vertical, it's all tucked down and round. That's a general concept you should keep in mind with carpets. They're edged on the pieces that are generally on show. Any unedged piece is normally sat underneath for the adjacent edge of a bound piece or underneath an adjacent panel, so just bear that in mind. Generally, raw edges won't be on show when everything is fitted in the car. Clutch housing, gearbox housing, obviously at the front there. And then that, as you can see, unedged there because it sits underneath the gearbox, main gearbox carpet there. Now, if I just move further back with this book here, come to the main gearbox, gear stick cover here. XK140s, unlike the previous 120s and the later 150s, had this kind of raised section here, which, yeah, you can see there perfectly. Nice and raised there, and then the gear lever 8 comes out of that there. You get this piece of vinyl here, which covers the inspection plate, which sat on top of the gearbox. There you can see it there, and there, so we include that as standard material to recover that. Now the gear lever gate is obviously leather. A few things to note on that: we do our surrounds differently to the original and a lot of other people out there, and we do that by design. Originally it was kind of a beaded edge there and it all looked a bit messy and clunky there, so we do ours in a much more uniform rectangular piece there with some nice top stitching detail. You can see the original one there all looks rather flimsy as it went around the opening hole there, so there is a reason we do that. We do it on purpose, and those eagle-eyed of you out there will spot that the seam is also going forward. Again, we do that by design. We've repatterned. Two reasons: one, we think it gives a lot better movement of the gear stick when it's in the car. A lot of the original ones, you had to sink that down and wiggle it around, etc, etc. That was perfectly demonstrated here with these photos, where you can see it's right sunken in there due to the elements of the angles that the gear stick had to be pushed and tugged in different directions, etc, to get it to work. So we've redesigned it there to make it a bit easier, and the seam works better, a lot better going that way. It's also worth noting as well that one of the main reasons we do it is because actually when you're sat in the car you see more of this side than you do that side, so as a driver we think it looks better when you don't have a seam on show, so that's the other reason there. Of course we can do it the other way around using the original template patterns if you prefer, so do that as low, but we do that as standard and by design, so just bear that in mind. You then get this prop shaft cover, which is mostly hidden. It's hidden underneath the centre cushion armrest in between the seats, so you can just about see it there. That's obviously the centre cushion armrest, and there, so it's a small piece there with just one bound edge on it there, so that's the carpet piece for that. And then obviously the main parts of the carpet set are the floor carpets there, which stretch from front to back, edged all the way around, obviously the cutaways etc for the sills, and then the shaping for the gearbox tunnel etc. Now a point to raise on the heel pads. XK120s normally used a rectangle shape of variant sizes, much akin to this one here. The only main difference being they had a cross stitch going across it like that for the 120s. They were always leather. The 150s, they kept the same rough design with a big rectangular piece, but without the stitch line cross. It was just plain like that. The 140s had a mix. They were either like this, but plain, you know, no stitch like the 120s, but a lot of them actually had these D-shaped half moon Hardura heel pads in them, as indicated a couple of times in this book here. So it looks like the majority of the 140s did leave with those Hardura heel pads on them. However, we know for a fact that some did leave with these rectangular ones, as per all the other XKs, and so we give our customers the option, which was either original for your car or which you prefer. And a lot of people actually go with these rectangles. I guess the reason being that, one, it's leather as opposed to Hardura, so it gives a bit more of a premium look and finish to it, but also it gives a bit more coverage. The rectangle is larger than the D-shaped Hardura, so you're more likely to actually protect the carpets from being damaged with that sort of high heel pad there. So just bear in mind, we can offer whichever way you want, but that's what we offer as standard, generally speaking, unless specifically stated otherwise, but we do tend to ask our customers which they prefer. And then finally, at the back, you've got the differential hump. Again, moquette, so not carpet, 2 pieces sewn together, which goes over the diff. People often think it's carpet because it follows directly on from the carpet set there, but it's not, it's moquette. Again, moquette because it's a lot more pliable in that area to get a neat finish going around that diff hump that sat in between the rear seats there. So that's that piece there. Again, like I say, sold separately to the carpet set, but really should be considered at the same time as purchasing a carpet set. So yeah, that's your lot there. So it's worth noting, obviously, 3 main products there. You've got the carpet set, the diff hump, and the dimmer switch pedal retrim. But all of these items are included as standard in our trim kit. So just bear that in mind, but you can buy them individually if you prefer in car sets as detailed there. I think I've covered my bases there. I've tried to keep it as short and snappy as possible with the references. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe and share with other classic car enthusiasts. As I say, be sure to check out the description below and click on any applicable links. I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.